everyone, Alexa Donne here, and today I am going to be sharing some of my publishing dreams. This is very scary and you're like, why? And it's actually because I've never technically shared most of my publishing dreams with you, because once you share them, they can not come true and then you're sad and embarrassed. Anyway, I have been inspired and peer pressured in a nice way by several other author tubers. Lindsay Puckett came up with this wonderful idea to just share a bit of joy of her writing and publishing dreams. And then Kevin and Laura basically turned it into a tag, an unofficial tag. I think there are 5 or 6 videos now, and I'm gonna link it down below to all of the ones that I watched. And Laura tagged me. She dared me to do this. So I'm gonna do it. And of course I am approaching this topic from a slightly strange angle in that I am already published. One of my dreams has already come true, a big dream for a lot of people, but there are plenty that haven't. Some which are newer dreams of mine since my books have come out, and others that have lingered for a while and I have never dared spoken aloud, and I'm going to do that today. And stay tuned for the end of the video. I did want to share some of the dreams that have already come true just to be kind of grateful and maybe to inspire some hope, because some of the dreams of mine that have already come true were definitely in some of the other author dream videos. So my first author dream is to have my work optioned for film and television, and to actually have it made. I really would like a TV show specifically because I'm such a massive TV fan. And like, it's like a 2-part dream. Just being optioned is definitely a dream. But I also know how many things are optioned and never get made. That said, I've never had anything optioned. So why would you look that gift horse in the mouth? But then the ultimate dream, the loftier dream, is definitely that it would get made. And specifically, I really want this for the Ivies. I do have a film agent and they are shopping the Ivies, so like it could happen. I mean, watch this space. My second dream, I've been hanging on to this one for a long time, and that is to see my work, my books sold in foreign territories, to have my foreign rights sell. I have not had this happen yet, and I think it's this thing where people think it's a given. Well, you sell your book and then it sells in territories across the world, and I think that's because we see so many big, buzzy books where, yeah, that happens to them. Well, hi, from an author that did not happen to, and it's more common than you would realize. Now, I have sold UK rights, which I will talk about in my Dreams I Have Achieved section, but it's an English territory, so I've never had my work translated into another language and sold into another territory, and I really, really want that. And specifically, I want a German edition so bad because I speak German and I want to hold a German book of mine in my hands and I want to be able to read it and like see what the translator did. So that's definitely a dream that I have. I really want to sell foreign rights. So my third dream, I'm gonna borrow from Laura when she said it. It was like, yes, that. I want to go on a book tour. I've done some bookish events, but I've never done a tour. And this is partly that tours are way less common than they used to be, and I think that's why it's a dream, because you think, oh, that's what authors do. They go on book tours. They travel across the country to all these different cities and bookstores, and they're just not common anymore. So I would love to be sent on a publisher-sponsored book tour where like they arrange everything and I take 2 or 3 weeks out of my life schedule to like go to all these places. I love book events, and so I would really, really enjoy that. Okay, so the fourth one, it's one of my more secret dreams. Like, it's the one that it's almost dangerous to speak out loud because I'm not even sure I write these kinds of books, and yet I would love to be either an Indie Next pick or a Junior Library Guild pick. So these are some very publishing specific lists almost. So Indie Next is from indie bookstores, and they select a number of titles in each season to be featured, and those titles get pushed super hard at this network of indie bookstores. It's a huge honor. It means you get this groundswell of indie support, and it's just a great list to be on. And then the Junior Library Guild pick, it's similar but for libraries. When you're chosen as a Junior Library Guild pick, I'm told there's like a book box and it basically guarantees you all of these library sales, and that means you get your book into the hands of all of these readers, and it would just be so cool to have either of those, but I don't even know if it's realistic. Similarly, my fifth dream, another one of those lofty ones that's super out of my control, but like many of us, I dream of the big book boxes. Like being a book of the month pick or an OwlCrate book would just be so cool. It gets your book into so many people's hands, especially those who might not have otherwise discovered you. And so that's like a bucket list kind of thing. All right, number 6 is another one. I've held it close to my heart, and it's such a double-edged sword. It's so out of your control, and it's ultimately people be like, it doesn't even mean much, but I don't care. I really want a star trade review. Just one from some trade publication. It's partly like a mark of honor thing. Like, you know, it's cool when people get them, but it also legitimately does impact your sales in a lot of cases. If you get a starred trade review from the right trade, it can really boost your school and library sales or your indie sales. And so I would love to get a starred review also just because I mean, we've been conditioned, haven't we? We want a gold star. I want a star on a review. Yeah. I feel even speaking that into the universe means I won't get it because I haven't gotten it so far, but it's a dream. Okay, my 7th dream, I've also been nursing this one for a really long time, and I have super high hopes for the Ivies. We have specific dreams for specific books sometimes, and actually a lot of these are for the Ivies. And no shame, I want to be in Target, Walmart, and Costco. I want to be in the big box stores, the big mainstream stores in the United States where like hardcover's great, but I would love a paperback in those places because I have been that shopper who was at Costco with her mom or strolling through Target. I've totally gone to the Target book section and been like, I just want to buy a book, and I've bought one from the shelves. I want to be there. It's just such mainstream access for your work, and honestly, when you get carried in those kinds of places, that always just, it means sales. It means sales, it means readers, it means you're a big commercial book, and I want it really, really bad. It's this weird bucket list thing I've had for a while, and yeah, I have high hopes for the Ivies. Like, thrillers are really, it's a genre that is often in those places. Like, I want to be the pleasure read that people pick up when they're at Costco or Target or Walmart or in the airport. I want to be the pleasure beach read. I want it so bad. So number 8 is a dream, but it's also a goal, and I can actually achieve this, but I still wanted to put it on the dreams list, and that is to write and sell an adult thriller. I generally really want to eventually straddle YA and adult. In the past, I was kind of like, I wanted to write urban fantasy or adult romance, and still that is something I might do, but on my current path, adult thrillers. I really want to write and sell one, and possibly have some of these other things happen along with doing that. 9, big dream, dangerous dream, which is to have someone who I idolize as an author. And this is of course very specific to me, but like someone whose books I love, I dream of them reading my book for a blurb. And just knowing who I am. Like the thought of knowing that they know my name and that they've read my book and maybe they liked it enough to blurb, it's a dream. It's a dangerous dream because the likelihood of being disappointed so high. Have I been disappointed in the past? Yes. Every book, the cycle starts anew. And it's so funny because like it's a dream I have. Like, so my YA thriller, for example, I dream of someone like Ruth Ware or Riley Sager knowing who I am, and I'm like, you don't even write in their category. I don't expect them to read my YA book. But dreams are dreams for a reason. Like, they're dreams. 10 is a dream that is also a goal, even though it's out of my control. I don't care. This is one I really want to earn out on a book. Earning out is when you basically sell enough copies that you exceed the advance that they originally paid you. Remembering that the advance is your portion of royalties, not total sales, but I would love to be someone who earns out and then basically gets royalty checks for life, assuming the book continues to sell. I mean, I would love it. It's like a milestone, so we won't call it a goal. It's a milestone I would really love to hit. Doesn't have to be on every book, but I would love to do it at least once, and of course, I'd like to do it more than once, but I would love to earn out. So my 11th goal is very YouTube specific, another one that has whispered in my heart for some time that I dare to speak aloud. I want to be someone on Booktube. Not AuthorTube, Booktube. I want people on Booktube, whose channels I love and I watch, to independently pick up a book I have written and actually be interested in it and read it and feature my book on Booktube. I want to see my book on Booktube more widely, and that has not happened for me yet. There are some like select booktubers and channels who have like picked up and read my work, and it's just that's the thing. I love the idea. I mean, for better or for worse, they could dislike my book too, but I like the idea that like I love Booktube so much, I love YouTube so much, of being an author on Booktube, not like an author with a channel, but I'd just be so cool to organically see my book on Booktube. And I did have like a little thrill. Lala did a like book she's excited for video, and she actually mentioned the Ivies, and it just gave me this thrill of like, maybe Lala might read my book. And like that's the thing, because I'm a viewer, like I watch these channels, and so it's the thrill of possibly being on those channels as an author. And then of course the terror that it could also hate my work. Oh dear. Point is, it is a dream. Okay, and last but certainly not least, dream number 12, the dicey dream, the silly dream, I'm not gonna lie, I would love to be a New York Times bestseller. Even though I've told you about some of the shenanigans that go on with the list, even though I know it's curated, even though I know it's completely out of my control, I still would love it. Whether we like it or not, there's a prestige that comes with it, but there's also literally a sales boost. Like so many of these dreams are of course about reaching readers, selling books, turning this into a long-term sustainable career. And the reality is that listing can make your career. And so it's definitely a dream to organically sell enough to even be in the running to make it onto the list. Then if I actually made it, yeah, big dream. And honestly, it's a dream that we all have. Like, I discourage people from having it as a dream, but it's just like dream agents. You shouldn't, because it's so far out of your control and you can end up being really disappointed. But I'm not going to stop you because it's my dream too. Dream on. We all would love to list, specifically the New York Times list, but I would not look the gift horse in the mouth of the indie bestseller list or the USA Today bestseller list. Just the idea of reaching a critical mass of sales and readers, and that feeling of like, it's a real book. It's a real book that like tons of people organically want to buy and read. The dream. That is the dream. And lastly, as promised, I just wanted to go over a few dreams that have come true for me, because I'm very grateful for all of the things that have already happened, and I still have dreams going forward. But some of these were definitely dreams that I had, and like I'm just delighted that they actually happened in the last couple of years. The first one, I have had people draw fan art from my books. Honestly, more please. I didn't put having a fandom on this list, even though it's been one of my writer dreams, my author dreams for a really, really long time, because I'm from fandom and I'm from the fanfic world, because I've had some degree of it happen. And so I already have had that like thrill. Would it be cool to have a massive fandom? Yes, but I don't really expect it now that I'm writing thrillers. Maybe if I go back to like fantasies, that could be a dream again. But I've already had fan art and it totally made my week when it happened. I have also already been super, super, super fortunate to be on panels and go to festivals. I was fortunate to go to wildest. I have been on a panel at San Diego Comic-Con. I've done Dragon Con and all sorts of things. So I already feel like I'm very lucky in terms of having been able to go to bookish events. The third dream that's already come true for me, I mentioned it, is selling in the UK. Specifically for Brightly Burning, that was a dream / goal because my main character was British. It's a retelling of Jane Eyre, and then the second one was Austen. I was like, this has to be published in the UK. So it was a huge dream come true when Titan bought my first 2 books and published them in the UK. Also, because I just have family there, I wanted my sister and my uncle to be able to buy my book in the UK, buy the UK edition. So dream come true. My fourth dream that happily has come true is selling to a Big 5 publisher. I did that on the Ivies, which is my 3rd book coming out. I'll tell you, that was a big dream I held in my heart for a while, the kind that I didn't dare speak aloud. My agent knew, but like, it's something I really secretly wanted, and it definitely is a dream that has come true. Similarly, the fifth dream was I kind of wanted to sell at auction. I was like, it sounded like such a cool thing that some authors got to do. And indeed, I sold the Ivies at auction, so that was also a dream come true. Feeling like kind of Cinderella at the ball. The sixth dream that has recently come true, and you haven't seen it yet, but I've been teasing you, but it's true. I've always wanted that like really sexy Big 5 cover. And I think I got it for the Ivies. I feel that my dream has come true and I cannot wait for you to see it. I really feel like the belle of the ball. Like, I'm so excited. And the seventh dream that has come true was kind of a funny one, the kind that I didn't quite know I had until it happened. And it was, I went to a writing retreat with some big name authors. And they were just chill, normal people, and they treated me like a peer. And it was weirdly a dream come true. Like, as I was there, I was like, this just feels normal. I'm a writer, they're a writer, we're in the same place, I'm not fangirling them, they're not ignoring me, we're just writers who are writing. And it just felt all warm and fuzzy. And so I realized that was a dream that I hadn't known that I had that came true. Just feeling like an author among other authors that I definitely look up to and admire. So those are some of my author dreams. I've probably forgotten some things, but I mean, I think I covered some pretty lofty ones I have no control over, that who even knows if they will come true. But frankly, I would take even just a few of these, because I mean, they're dreams for a reason. We have to pin our hopes onto something, because hope fuels us, at least hope fuels me. And of course I like practical reality, but you gotta balance practical reality with some of those loftier dreams. And now I'm terrified that I have spoken them aloud. I hope I have not jinxed anything, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I won't tag anyone directly. We're turning this into a tag. I'm gonna say, if you wanna make this video, please make this video. Let's make it a thing. And reminder, I'm linking down below to the ones that came before me that inspired me. Let's make this happen. And let me know down below in the comments, don't have to make a video if you don't want to, what are some of your biggest writer dreams? Give this video a thumbs up if you like it. I'll make more videos kind of like this bearing my writer's soul, and if you're not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do that. I post new videos 2 to 3 times a week. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and happy writing, and dream on.